What we have here is a radical departure from what I usually get. You know, I usually get all kinds of IBM ThinkPads, which you can see over there. But this is actually Acer. It's an old one at that. NVLink signal up. I'm assuming that's for the wireless. Just a feature that it had. I'm not really a big fan of the shiny displays. They seem to show way too much of the guy holding the camera, but either way, it is an Aspire 3680. You can get a look at the keyboard. Very nice keyboard, actually, for what it is. A couple of function keys up there. Trackpad and all of that. Again, radical departure from the ThinkPads, which you've got the track point. Not a very high-end system. Apparently we're not going to get any focus today. Maybe it is in focus. And just off. I don't know, but either way. Designed for Windows XP, although it claims to be Windows Vista compatible, I would doubt that with just about every single hair on the top of my head. I have my very big doubts this would ever run Vista. It's running Windows XP Media Center Edition actually right now. It's the original build. Actually, with my grandmother's old computer. She upgraded to a new Windows 10 machine not too long ago. And I got saddled with the old one. Not that I really mind that much. Okay, you might notice a little quality drop because I had to drop down to extended play because I'm running out of tape here. This is probably going to be the last video I record on this tape. I've got one more I need to record, and then it'll probably be on the HD camera, so I'm sure everybody's going to be all excited for HD. Ooh. No, I think it's stupid, but whatever. Spec-wise, it's got a Celeron M, I think it's a 1.4, actually. I said it was a 1.6 at one point, but I'm not really positive on what it actually is. I'll have to probably look in the BIOS. It's got a gigabyte of memory installed, chip with 256. I think it's got a 20 gigabyte hard drive in it. No clue who makes it, because I haven't installed any programs on it yet. And as mentioned previously, it is running Windows XP Media Center Edition. We'll power it up on the battery. For some reason that looked kind of orange in the camera. Going to the BIOS here. Actually, I take that back. We do have a Celeron 410 at 1.46 gigahertz. We got a 60 gigabyte hard drive in here. That's a surprise. Considering what this is, I should probably check and see if there's an updated BIOS for this thing. Here we can see Aspire 3680. I'm hitting the right key, not the wrong key. So there's other settings. You can see the RAM, 1024 megabytes. And there's all that other stuff. Oops. I'm screwing everything up. Let's watch it boot. I haven't added a password yet. I'm not sure why this particular camera is not focusing. It was working okay last night, and now apparently it's just not. Whatever that bird was, I don't know what it is. I'd have to look. I can't read it from here. But whatever that bird was, that's irritating. Hope I never find one of those in person. Okay, and there's one thing that I realized I just forgot to do, and that was to change the registration on the system. So I better go do that. And apparently things are also about to get exciting. Oops. Well, whatever. You get the idea. Okay, I just changed the computer name, so now we're going to have to reboot the computer here. I need to turn the sound back on. Okay, while it's doing that, let's take a look at this bird clock up here and see if I can figure out what bird that was. Looks like some kind of mockingbird. So I can't read that from here, so a zoom lens definitely comes in handy. Northern mockingbird, perhaps? But whatever it was seriously irritating. And what matters worse is that the light sensor on that thing is actually bad. So I had to bypass it, so it now runs full tilt all the time. I put some tape on the back of it, and it seems to have helped a little bit. But I might need to add more tape, which I'll probably do when it runs out of batteries. But right now it'll suffice. Back to our lovely Windows XP machine over here. There's probably not much more I'm going to talk about, so maybe I could have gotten away with using standard play mode, but better safe than sorry. It's taking an unusually long time to start up here. I don't remember it ever taking that long. Wonder what it's doing. But you can see I've pretty much left it factory. I actually created a new user account and I just basically left it the way it was. I haven't done anything with it yet. Truth be told, I'm not really sure what's going to become of this system. I was going to use it as in place of the bomb packet sitting over there for broadcasting to the SDP8000 audio only, but the SDP8000 doesn't actually exist anymore, so probably won't bother with that. It's probably just going to sit on the shelf and might become another work machine then. And same thing with the bomb packets. Last week is going to be this week. I'm not going to keep it there anymore because I don't need the audio recording features. I'm already recording the show via FMLE, so what's the point of having it in two places? Not really much, just a waste of cabling. Okay, it's getting impressively dark outside, so I'm probably going to have to cut my video short here. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the system specifications. See, Media Center Edition 2002, Service Pack 3, there's the registration information. We've got a Celeron M at 1.46 gigahertz and 8 GB of RAM with physical address extension. This is obviously the factory build of Windows Media Center Edition. Change the computer name. Let's take a look hardware-wise. Let's go to the device manager. I'm wondering if maybe the hard drive is not in perfect condition. This is actually a fairly high-resolution display for what it is, being that this was a very cheap, budget-oriented computer when it was brand new. It's also running on the battery right now, and it has been for this entire video. So the battery is definitely still good, even if only marginally. It claims that it's got 86%, and that'll give me an hour and a half. So that's not bad. When you consider it. Obviously, the 60 GB Western Digital hard drive. It's just the Intel 945 graphics. No big deal on that. It's got a Philips DVD writer. ICH7 chipset. That's a Southbridge. Nope, just says plug and play monitor. It's got Realtek audio, which is why I was going to use it in there, because the SoundMax crap is horrible from this time period. Let me see if I can figure out what the resolution is. Should be no big deal. This, by the way, if you're wondering, the theme that is bundled with Media Center Edition by default is called the Energy Blue theme. Of course, it's been customized by Acer with their background. 1280 by 800, so not as high res as I was expecting. It seems like it's a larger display size. Maybe that's just because it's a smaller display with a larger resolution, I'm not sure. But either way, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to shut it down here. Actually, before I shut it down, I'm going to turn the sound up, which I won't be able to do with one hand. Alright, now let's shut her down. It should have audio, so at least you can hear the speakers. They're in the front. It's just got two speakers, one right there and one right here. Not a lot of stereo separation. It's pretty similar to what the ThinkPads did at the time period. But this system has never moved pretty much for its entire lifetime. I think I can remember one time when it did move, and that was when they built their computer room and sewing room, which is where the computer went. And that's about it. So it's in impeccably good condition, because it was mostly never used. Because my grandparents, of course, just don't really have much of a use for a computer. Occasional checking of email, going online, checking out maps, directions, and things like that. Not much. It's even got the protective plastic wrap on the Acer logo, which I am going to leave there because I think it's cool. And I want to protect that anyways. So if it falls off, it falls off. I'm not really going to get upset over that. If somebody peels it off, I will get upset over that. And there you go. There's your Acer Aspire 3680. I believe it's somewhat related to the TravelMate series, but I'm not positive on that. It was probably the budget end of the TravelMate, which I think used Pentium M processors. But I'm not sure. I'm a ThinkPad guy. I'm not really an Acer Aspire guy. I know a lot of Dell stuff too, but not much else. So, thank you for watching. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. I hope to see you next time. Till then.